Hello, let's talk about bulls. Oh no, certainly not mine. I mean, crystal balls. Um, I always find it like complex in this world where now, as its original sense of the word magic was the communication of spirits, that like the tool of the crystal ball is not utilized. And I probably think it's more like a misconception than anything. So, through my knowledge and good friends of mine that are of the Romani culture, um, it's not as it's long been confused as scrying. It's not. Scrying, the act of scrying into a dark surface, you physically see images and you divine through that. The crystal ball acts as a medium between you and the client, between you and the spirit world, or between you and your psyche, your psychic senses. There's a spear crystal, if you can afford it more. This is just a glass one, but if you can afford it, crystal, as they used to be made back in the day. The first manufacturers in Britain during the 1920s and till the 1960s, I believe, was a company in Manchester called, termed as Two Worlds Limited. And they sold wee crystal balls in little boxes. There's a few on the internet that I have my eye on, but can never afford. Um, but it in the case of the past, it was just if you found no matter what the size, if you found like a crystallized piece of glass that was an orb like shape or whatever on a beach, which we often do, I certainly do, and I collect them, is polished pieces of glass that's found on beaches. But if you found one that was more of a global shape, that would be your tool. Or in the past, it could be used. You can use fishing floats, old fishing floats that are no longer in use. People used to use them. Um, or modern age, and I have done myself, used light bulbs. Uh, Laugh you should know, but it's global. Global. It is a orb-like shape. It's been charged by the power of fire, electricity, and has done that for its youth until it can't do no longer. It's in the spirit world. So actually, light bulbs are a great source of crystal gazing or crystal seeing or seeing stains, as they said as in Scotland and amongst the travellers. So here goes down as, and I used to be one like this. Thought that it was the same as like scrying, where you look into a dark image and you actually physically see images and you decipher them image according to your psychic intuition. No, crystal balls are like they are, acts as spears of light which connects you to either your own psyche abilities, helping connect with the client. That's why it's often that you ask the client to put their hands on the ball or touch the ball or make a wish on the ball or touch it for luck, to get that contact, and then the seer, not actually seeing into the ball, holds it connecting with the energies of that person and seeing through here as opposed to here, these two eyes, when you do it in scrying. And there's certain abilities, there's certain like methods that I use or has learnt recently how to use by just working with the crystal ball. That is really effective in just doing readings through your own personal intuition, your own personal psyche. So first of all, I mean, I wash this every time I do a read. I wash it because this is a medium in which cannot even can connect many things. It acts as a middleman. It's a tool like many things are in the craft. So I wash it, whether it's a client or I connect to a certain spirit, in conjurations, whatnot. But first of all, I like to do is I like to rub the ball, really get my energies connected to it, bring it up to my third eye, and slowly bring it down. Focus on the inner orbs, the inner center of the ball. Close my eyes, a few deep breaths onto the ball. Not giving it life, but simply telling the ball, you're active. I need you to wake up. And then you can hold it. You can ask your client to put their hands on it, make a wish on it, get that physical contact. And then you're able to then put your hands around and just go off in your own mind and see in your own mind's eye what you see for the present, the past, and the future of that client or persons. For yourself is very personal, and this is what I've learned through certain people and through what the ball has told me myself and certain spirits. So there's a difference between the way the ball is being handled. So a ball always has its resting place. Traditionally, it was rested on a piece of wood, and that wood would be a very protective or associated with otherworldly experiences, but mostly protective. And there's a reason why. So you're reading for someone, it's placed on the holder, and they hold the ball there. It means the ball is protected. It means the ball is centered. It is focused. Not on just my powers and my intuition, but on the person I'm reading it for. If I'm reading for myself, it comes off the stand of wood protection and it's held to my heart, to my third eye, and then I begin to just go with my inner psychic abilities and just say what I feel, see, and sometimes hear. Depends how clairvoyant, clairaudience, whatever. So this is a really powerful tool, and it's also, you can also divine with it, not just through here or here, but simply asking questions, either asking like, am I gonna get that raise tomorrow at a job, or blah blah blah. And where it's heaviest, divines. Left is no, right is yes. That's how I've been taught. Or, so long as you know that it's a perfect level surface and it's not influenced by magnetic pull of gravity, you can ask a question, focus it, and see what direction it rolls to. If it goes to the right, is it a positive result? If it goes to the left, it's a negative result. If it goes forward or back, try again, or it's just not clear at this time. Remember, spirits are not perfect either. Remember, although we are blood and flesh, we are still spirits. But there's so much you can do with the crystal ball. Also, we're in ceremonial magic. Before it was the darker mirror